Hey guys, I'm still here in Wylie, Texas, and I am with Dave Eden here. Now, you may not know his name, but if you listen to the radio in the 1980s, you probably sang his song. What song was that?
If you were born back then. It's called The Coloring Song. It is made famous by Petra. Wrote it in the 70s, they recorded it in the 80s.
Dave, he is a real legend, man. He has been giving out from his gift of arts and entertainment that he has. And so why don't you tell us about some of the stuff he did?
Well, one of the things I do is I am an artist, so I do murals and signs for business, for my living. And I still write songs and sing them now and then. And I minister to kids. I love kids. I am 68 going on 12. And I wrote a kid's book. Ta-da! It's called Potter's Wheel. Available Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Nobles, Amazon.
Write to me, yeah. And it's a kid's book, and I love it. And that's been most of my joy is just to give my art, give what I got, whatever talents he's given me, give it to him, and see what he can do with it.
So Dave used to travel around in a tent ministry. You started a rock and roll band way back.
Yeah, we were one of the first truly rock and roll bands, not folk rock, but we was really rock and roll back in the 70s. It was called E Band.
Yeah.
Greg Voles was a singer, you might know him. And then he went on to be with Petra.
Well, we were talking earlier about in ministry how sometimes you have feelings of...
Well, you don't know how much of influence you've had or not. You know, I've lived a long time, 45 years in the Lord, and sometimes you think, well, what really happened in the Jesus movement? What really happens in ministry? And you're not sure. But then someone will like write to me and say, the coloring song like changed their kid's life. Or it's my favorite song. It's like, and I go, whoa, you know, something that I did, you know, God used. Or minister to kids you don't see much sometimes, or some little kid will come up to you and say, Mr. Dave, you really touched my life. Or the parents will come and say, you've ministered to my kid and been an influence. You know, or 5 years later, the kid says, you don't know, but back then, remember, you were my teacher? And it's like, you just don't know what God can use if we give it to him. And sometimes, you know, you get a little anxious, you think, gee, what have I done? And the best thing that the Lord showed me is not look to other people, what they're doing, and not compare. But just say, okay, Lord, here it is. Here's my rod. Here's my little loaves and fishes. Take it. Yeah.
And you might write a song that tops 3 charts for how many years? How long was that? It was like a
several
chart
years.
topper.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to do. So just give from your talents. You know, whatever talents you have, just give and let God multiply and do what He does. So
He can surprise us.
Yeah.
Look at what Moses tried to do with his rod, and then see what God did with his rod. Give your rod to God.
Yeah.
And your bod to God. And everything else.
Bless you. Have a great day.